Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, national celebrating 77 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, and Viksit Bharat in 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we are commemorating Mental Health Awareness Day, also known as Mental Health Month, and a series of events and programs are organized. Along with that, this month, today, we are commemorating Menstrual Health Day. So today, we'll be looking at Menstrual Health Day celebrations. And this year, the theme for the Mental Health Day is Together for a Period-Friendly World. It was around 10 years ago that Menstrual Health and Hygiene, MHH, was buried under a thick layer of silence. Hardly anyone talked about this issue in public, and it was not mentioned in the media, all due to taboo and stigma surrounding it. Silence is deadly for social issues. When they are covered in silence, challenges that surround them don't get addressed and they don't become relevant for decision makers. So that's why WASH United initiated a global day dedicated to menstruation, the Menstrual Hygiene Day, in short known as MH Day, on 28th May. On the first MH Day in 2014, 155 partner organizations participated and 89 media pieces about menstruation were published. And since then, MH Day has taken place every year and over the past 10 years has grown into a global movement. In 2024, our monitoring tools tracked 23,400 pieces of media coverage, and the number of partner organizations has exceeded 1,150. The joint mission, Together for a Period-Friendly World. Together is crucial. No one can solve the menstruation-related challenges women face alone. But together, we can. So Menstrual Health Day serves as a catalyst. The campaign period of Menstrual Health Day is about around May 28th. During this time, Menstrual Health Day serves as a catalyst. Media around the world now have MH Day in their editorial calendars and use the occasion to publish menstruation-related content, including content about MH Day partners. So this combined with events and social media campaigns in a particular by partners generates a massive wave of attention and drives conversation around menstruation worldwide. A powerful wave. This wave is so powerful that key institutions such as governments, UN agencies, and big corporates are pressured to act, for example, to launch a new large scale programs or adopt new policies. We recognize that not everyone menstruates, identifies as a woman, and that all women menstruate. So, WASH United not only initiated MH Day, but also coordinates the global movement. In addition to serving as an international secretariat at MH Day, WASH United actively works in menstrual hygiene education, developing and disseminating low-cost scalable solutions to improve knowledge and reduce stigma. The 15% nonprofit based in Berlin, Germany, is committed to creating collective impact through collaboration. They are in constant exchange with partners and makes it super easy for everyone to participation in MHD by providing a toolbox of free campaign materials and capacity building. Additionally, they work behind the scenes, pushing key actors to mobilize funds and step up program. MHD activities in countries are also coordinated by local menstrual health day partners. In some countries, partners are organized in national coalitions. So the role and responsibilities of the International Secretariat includes overarching campaign strategy and planning, development and dissemination of the free campaign materials, coordination and support of 1,000+ partner organizations, communication via Menstrual Health Day website and Menstrual Health Day social media channels, networking and strategic partnerships, year-round advocacy of menstrual health and hygiene, funding and action, monitoring of the collective impact of MH Day and reporting, and fundraising for the roles of the International Secretariat. So the mission of Menstrual Health Day, instead of annual themes, the Menstrual Hygiene Day movement now unites behind one long-term mission, together for a period-friendly world. In a period-friendly world, the stigma and taboos surrounding menstruation are history. It is a world where everyone can access the products, period education, menstrual health services, and period-friendly infrastructure they need. Now, what's your vision? So let's look at few initiatives we can take together. As we know, the mission of the Menstrual Health Day, Together for a Period-Friendly World, the common mission of the menstrual health movement is to create a period-friendly world. A period-friendly world is a world in which menstruation is accepted as a normal fact of life and is no longer stigmatized. It is a world in which everyone is educated about menstruation from an early age. In a period-friendly world, everyone has access to quality and affordable period products of their choices. Everyone has access to period-friendly toilets, and in a period-friendly world, menstrual health services are available to everyone. It is a world where no one is held back just because they menstruate. So, as instead of annual themes, the Menstrual Hygiene Day movement now unites behind one long-term mission, together for a period-friendly world. This powerful, broad mission statement helps us to focus on our common goal and enables everyone in our diverse movement to contribute in their own way. It underscores our joint belief that, yes, a period-friendly world is possible within our generation and emphasizes our joint commitment to work together to make it happen. So neither a niche nor a luxury topic. Currently, more than 500 million women and girls took the resource lack the resources and support they need to manage their period safely and with dignity. Menstruation related challenges affect the educational and income earning opportunities and the health of women and girls all over the world. They undermine their ability to participate fully and equally in society. The global economic impact is immense. Menstruation related challenges are estimated to cost societies around the world hundreds of billions of USD in productivity losses, increased health costs, and reduced overall economic growth every year. As we have the power to change that, the 5 areas of a period friendly world. In a period friendly world, we have made progress across 5 key areas of menstrual health and hygiene. MHH. So, first, period friendly social environment. A period friendly social environment is the foundation of a period friendly world. It paves the ways for progress in all other areas. As long as the menstruation is stigmatized, the challenges surrounding it remain confined to a private conversations. They don't enter the public discourse. And if they are not part of the public discourses, they can't be addressed or solved in a systematic level. In turn, systematic change like improved access to menstrual products and period education creates greater visibility and encourages open conversation about menstruation. Improvements in these areas both depend on and reinforce progress towards the normalization of menstruation. A period friendly social environment is positive and respect in relation with the menstrual cycle. In a period friendly social environment, menstruation is accepted for what it is, a normal fact of life. It is free from stigma, taboos, and restriction. A period friendly world is a world in which menstruation is accepted as normal and is no longer stigmatized. Period education is an essential for menstrual health and hygiene. Lack of period education increases health risks and contribute to girls missing or dropping out of school. This in turn can result in reduced professional opportunities and income later in life. When girls and boys learn from a young age that menstruation is normal, society's acceptance grows. Good period education provides girls with the practical and biological knowledge they need at the beginning of puberty and helps to address fears and shame. It enables girls and women to handle their period safely and with the confidence, make informed decisions about their bodies, and address discomforts. It should be timely, age appropriate, and accessible. Access to timely and accurate knowledge is crucial for supporting the mental well being of girls and women and dismantling stigma and taboos. So, in a period friendly world, everyone is educated about menstruation from an early age. The next thing is access to periods. Access to menstrual products, period products, is fundamental for women's and girls' health and dignity. Without access, women and girls miss out on work and school and risk health problems, both physical and mental. It disrupts normal participation in daily life, resulting in a loss of productivity. Quality products that are effective and safe needs to be accessible and affordable for everyone. In a period-friendly world, everyone has access to and can afford period products of their choice. The next thing is period-friendly toilets. Period-friendly toilets are essential for managing menstruation hygienically and with dignity. Lack of access can lead to infections and psychological distress. When educational institutions and workplaces don't have period-friendly toilets, girls and women often miss school or work. Periodically, or period-friendly toilets should be available in homes, schools, universities, workplace, and public toilet areas like markets, sports facilities, train stations, and airports, they should be designed with women and girls in mind, including those with disabilities. This means they need to be accessible, clean, and have a disposal option, water, and soap. In a period friendly world, everyone has access to period friendly toilets. The next thing is menstrual health services. Timely diagnosis, treatment, and care for disorders and diseases linked to menstruation are crucial for women's health. Menstrual disorders are serious medical conditions that require professional attention like any other health issue. Chronic untreated menstrual disorders and diseases can impact all aspects of life. Without access to menstrual health services, women and girls face long term medical and economical consequences. Menstrual health services include access to trained medical staff and self care practices such as cycle tracking and pain relief methods. Menstrual literacy is essential for women and girls to know when to seek the medical assistance. In a period friendly world, menstrual health services are available to everyone. A period friendly world is possible, but how? 10 years ago, the challenge related to menstrual health and hygiene, in short known as MHH, were covered in silence. Hardly anyone talked about menstruation, and even fewer organizations tackled the problem surrounding the issue. What did it take to change that? Courageous pioneers who led the way and inspired others to join, and an initial spark, like MH Day on 28th May, a day when we all come together to put a global spotlight on the issue, a spotlight that makes menstrual health and hygiene more visible and shows just how important it is, and that increases the pressure on governments and other institutions to act together, not alone. The simple guiding principle has been at the core of MH Day since its launch in 2014. MH Day is now a global movement with more than 1,150 partners, from small and large NGOs to governments, corporations, and UN agencies. The diversity is an asset. It enables MH Day partners to build powerful collaborations to accelerate progress towards a period friendly world on and beyond MH Day, such as NGOs that coordinates their MH Day activities or build coalitions to reach even more people, maximize media engagement, or push governments to step up action. Corporate partners that support government programs to end period poverty, or collaborations with NGOs to push back period stigma or promote menstruation education for girls and boys. Governments that develop new policies and programs in coordination with NGOs and UN partners. Let's not forget one of our most important allies, the media. For MH Day 2014, we tracked 89 pieces of media coverage. For MH Day 2024, it was 24,400. Media around the world now have MH Day in their editorial calendars and report extensively on the topic and activities of MH Day partners. Their role is critical to reach the mainstream of society and to engage men and boys. Together with men and boys, a period friendly world is the best interest of everybody, including men and boys. Why? Because at home, at work, and at school, men and boys have women and girls they care about, such as partners, mothers, sisters, and colleagues. And because a period friendly world is more prosperous world for everyone. So We will also look at various other aspects. If participants have any queries or would like to share anything on menstrual health, we'll take a small break from session and invite your feedback on whatever was discussed till now. If you have anything, you can raise your hand or share it in chat box. If you would like to share anything about menstrual health, you are welcome to raise your hand or share in chat box so that we can, after your feedback or any suggestions or any observations, we can move on to further discussion. Of course, it's a very short notice we have informed, and it might not have reached many people, but the video is live streamed on YouTube. So whenever you want, you can go back and you can share the YouTube link with your other friends and colleagues so that they can also watch and they can also submit feedback form to get their certificate. So we are keeping this option open. But for registration now, because we don't have any registration outside this Zoom platform, so whoever is attending, we request everyone to register through the form that has been raised in the form of polls, registration form. And you can fill the feedback form as well at the end of the session. So in the meanwhile, if you would like to share any topics, any discussions, any observations, feel free to share in the chat box. So in the meanwhile, we will also look at other commemorations which are happening today. And then we will come back to again to menstrual health and hygiene for further topics. So today, okay, then. Today we are also commemorating Amnesty International Day, which is marked on May 28th every year. Amnesty International is continuously working hard to improve rights, human rights especially, because today we are talking about menstrual health. That is also part of, not directly mentioned as menstrual rights, but it's also the right to life and right to good environment and right to live, and all these aspects indirectly affect the rights, right to the various fundamental rights. Human rights are also impacting menstrual health, and menstrual health also impacts them indirectly. So, this Amnesty International Day seeks to advocate for human rights and spreads understanding of their violations and how our daily choices affect them. And this day encourages people of all nationalities, cultures, and races to participate in a variety of global human rights events. A worldwide human rights organization, Amnesty International, is active in topics such as war crimes and torture. This organization studies and campaigns to release individuals wrongly imprisoned, prosecute criminals, and fight all forms of abuse. So it was founded, Amnesty International was founded in the British capital of London in July 1961, when Peter Benson, a British labor lawyer, learned about two Portuguese students who had been sentenced to 7 years after drinking a glass to liberty. So he was inspired to start this group with Eric Baker of this Religious Society of Friends and many other members of intelligentsia, including academics, writers, and lawyers. They wrote an article titled The Forgotten Prisoners, and this was published in The Observer in May 1961 and garnered widespread attention. The result is an appeal which swiftly blossomed into an organization dedicated to changing the world and ensuring that everyone has access to the basic set of human rights for all people everywhere. Since then, the diligent efforts of this group have played a crucial role in exposing breaches of human rights and surviving to influence government policy concerning the preservation of those rights. Members of the group were accused of anything from spying in 1980s Russia to acting as a defender in the criminal underworld, and their activity was not always well received. In reality, they are advocates of oppressed and downtrodden, and they work tirelessly every day to ease the suffering of people all over the world who are suffering from famine, conflict, and asylum, seeking situations by influencing governments and other powerful groups and publicizing their transgressions. Amnesty International is a non-governmental organization dedicated to the defense of human rights worldwide. Today is also commemorated as International Burger Day. Burgers are one of the most popular foods in the Western world, though they are junk food and also causing a lot of health issues. They are fast, inexpensive, and tasty, formerly considered inferior to prime slices, but is now popularly used. Burgers have grown to international fame with different toppings, condiments, and variations. Now, veggie burgers are becoming more popular with environment friendly, whether pan fried, flame boiled, or barbecued. One thing is certain, these burgers are going to be served in a bun, and International Hamburger Day is a celebration of that. And especially the fast food sector and the vegetarian variety. So today, this is also very much relevant. The type of diet, and lifestyle we are following, that also impacts our physical and mental health. Now, this also impacts our menstrual health and hygiene. How is that we are going to look ahead in the coming discussion. Today is also commemorated as International Day of Action on Women's Health, which is also very much relevant. Also known as International Women's Health Day, which is marked on May 28 by women and health organizations globally to educate people about women's health and rights. The day fights against the social and gender disparities that violate women's rights. It is also alarming that these disparities manifest in various ways and operate at multiple levels. These include women's rights to their bodies and to health, as well as to equality and non-discrimination. So this day provides women with more information about sexual and reproductive rights and control over their reproductive health. Members of the Women's Global Network for Reproductive Rights, in short known as WGNRR, in South Africa, met in 1987 and then established International Day of Action for Women's Health. The South African government formally recognized it in 1999. Finally, the establishment of International Women's Day revealed an opportunity to raise awareness of the significance of women's rights to sexual and reproductive health. Sexual and reproductive health and rights education for women, regardless of considerations such as religion and age, is critical. International Day of Action for Women's Health highlights the most blatant forms of contempt for autonomy, coercion, discrimination, and violence that many women and girls face in our culture today. So these alone should be enough to motivate everyone to take concrete action. Yet there is a lack of effort to put safeguards in place to avoid perpetuating unhealthy systems. In addition to the people in their immediate environment, the political and economic systems that build our society plays a significant role in establishing safe places for women and girls. Consequently, it follows that social transformation requires political action to promote equality and mutual respect in interpersonal interactions and eradicating violence. Women's health can be better ensured by empowering women collectively and as individuals. A key point is addressing the structural factors contributing to their social exclusion and limitations to their ability to make independent decisions for themselves. Today is also commemorated as Hunger Day, as we'll be also talking about poverty periods or periods poverties where the affordability comes into accessibility, and affordability becomes the barrier in menstrual health and hygiene. So poverty also impacts various other factors, like today we are also commemorating World Hunger Day, which is observed on every May 28 to raise awareness about it in more than, we have more than 820 million people living in chronic hunger, and to encourage action to bring this to an end. Can you imagine that a significant portion of the human population has suffered from hunger since the world began? Hunger is a condition in which individuals lack the physical or financial capability to meet their nutritional needs. So it leads to malnutrition, wasting, stunted growth, and death. According to the Hunger Project, hunger kills more than AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis combined, and it's primarily prevalent in Africa and South America. So hunger is a condition that affects humanity since the beginning of the history, but so is a collective fight against it. According to the philosopher Simon Well, people have always worked together to ensure that hungry are fed. In ancient Egypt, people helped the hungry to justify their deeds in the afterlife, also before the introduction of markets. Weil says that human societies shared their food to avoid hunger or choose to starve together before the 19th century. Religious organizations and philanthropic individuals usually led hunger relief efforts. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, people began calling for government involvement in hunger relief, especially the Global Action Against Hunger. One of the initiatives the US government embarked on during the period was shipping millions of tons of food to European countries during and in years immediately after World War I. After World War II, the newly formed United Nations began leading the fight against hunger. Following its establishment, the UN created FAO, WFP, and IFAD to promote food security and agricultural development. In the late 1970s, international organizations such as IMF and the World Bank began focusing on developing countries as starvation in countries like Ethiopia came into global limelight. In the 20th century, the prevailing view was that hunger was a problem of demand surpassing supply. However, this view was brought to an end by the research of economist Amartya Sen, who successfully demonstrated that hunger in modern times was a distribution problem or caused by the government policies in developed and developing economies. In 1998, Sen won a Nobel Prize for this research. In 2011, the Hunger Project created World Hunger Day, and this day is an initiative to highlight the plight of disadvantaged people around the world and take action to end world hunger. Today is also commemorated as World Otter Day, which occurs on the last Wednesday of the May, which is May 28 this year. Otters are beautiful, playful animals that live in wetlands across the world. Species are declining due to habitat destruction, reduction of prey, roadkill, and illegal trade for fur and aspects. There are 13 different species, 12 of which are disappearing. 7 of these species are classified as vulnerable, and 5 are endangered. The International Otter Survival Fund founded World Otter Day with 2 goals in mind. First, to help raise awareness of the dangers that otters face. Second, to educate people and how to protect habitats. So, World Otter Day had humble beginnings as the Otterly Mad Week, a week of events, education, and fun. The International Otter Awareness Day was founded before becoming the International Otter Survival Day. The World Otter Day, we know, whose singular purpose is to ensure that future generations can enjoy these charming animals. International Otter Survival Fund began in 1993 to protect and help the different species of otters worldwide. It was inspired by observing otters in their natural habitats. The fund is one of the world's leading charities with various projects that protect otters. They have dedicated over 20 years of research to conserving, protecting, and caring for otters. They have developed a worldwide program to encourage education on otters. To date, they have supported projects in 44 countries and helped cubs in 33 countries. Since 2009, they held workshops across the world in places such as Cambodia, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and China. The workshops provide training in other field techniques, public awareness programs, law enforcement, and general conservation issues. Some other activities include research campaigns, training, and other hospitals. Today is also commemorated as World Passion Fruit Martini Day, which is celebrated on May 28, which is all about celebrations and drinking funky cocktails with fruits in them, with emphasis on using passion fruit and filling your glass with a dirty martini. You can choose whatever flavor to make the cocktail of your choice, especially instead of beverages. You can use fruit juices, a mix of fruit juices. What a perfect accompaniment to a day meant to be celebrated anywhere, either at home or at a party. Just remember the magic word is funky. So be healthy. That will also add to your menstrual health and hygiene by having good choices and good health and lifestyle, good diet. Today is also commemorated as Whooping Crane Day, which takes place on May 28 to show appreciation for the rarest of all cranes. Adult cranes are usually almost completely white. Their non-white markings are their black wingtips and black facial markings. So whooping cranes are well known for the fact that they mate for life. The chicks are born a cinnamon brown color. The male and female whooping cranes do not have specific gender names like most animals. They are seen to have elaborate courtship rituals, which usually involve dance and unison calls. Whooping cranes was very close to extinction by year 1973, with less than 50 birds in the entire population. The International Crane Foundation, located in Baraboo, Wisconsin, helps conserve cranes and their ecosystems around the world. The organization provides information, leadership, and encouragement to help resolve the issues affecting cranes. People need to cooperate to protect and restore whooping crane populations and their ecosystems. This day serves as an important opportunity to spread awareness to people about the situation With whooping cranes, more people in society can understand what these wonderful creatures go through. This allows us to create measures that help to protect them. Once we understand an animal species better, we can help them survive and grow. This whooping crane is considered to be among the oldest living bird species on Earth. Many people know about them, do not take that much interest. The average American may be aware of cranes, but not know how they live or the situations they face in their environments. Cranes serve as a symbol of longevity and fidelity. The crane symbol can also represent purity, vigilance, longevity, and good future. The meanings of crane birds can also be negative in some cultures. They can be used to represent deception, death, or even a symbol of devil. About 11 of 15 species are currently threatened with extinction due to factors such as hunting, habitat loss, and poisoning. Conserving endangered birds have proven to be a challenge. Today is also commemorated as National Senior Health and Fitness Day, especially in US, which is celebrated on the last Wednesday of May, this year on May 28th. It is a day dedicated to the betterment of health of seniors, both men and women. The common goal is to help senior Americans, especially in this context, stay fit and healthy. Numerous organizations around the country organize events to spread the word about the importance of elder care and various ways of doing it. So there are also local events organized in neighborhood parks, gyms, and other similar places. So the day is commemorated by the Mature Market Resource Center, a national level clearinghouse organization for the older adults market in collaboration with various non-profit organizations and private NGOs. National Senior Health and Fitness Day is the largest health and wellness movement for seniors in the US. It's high time that we explore the various options of physical activity available for our seniors and acknowledge the importance of nutrition and exercise for prevention of ill health. A healthy diet boosts immunity and energy, while regular exercise retains both mass and lowers the risk of fractures as well as that of any other disease or condition. Around the country, assisted living communities provide intermediate care for the elderly who, although do not require a nursing home, are no longer able to carry on living independently. Different kinds of senior care and housing have emerged, such as communities for continuing care, retirement, respite care, in-home care, and memory. National Senior Health and Fitness is celebrated in over 1,200 locations, including senior centers, recreation centers, hospitals, health clubs, health departments, retirement communities, and more local health and senior organizations organize, sponsor, and host events with the help, guidance, and aid of the Mature Market Resource Center. Different kinds of popular programs are held at each event, like group exercises, walking tours, health fairs, and many more. So before returning back to our mainstream talk, today is also commemorated as National Day of Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, which is annually observed on May 28th, it is also known as downfall of Derg. The Derg, a dictatorial military regime led by Mengistu Haile Mariam, was brought to an end in 1991. The largest celebrations took place in the capital city of Addis Ababa, where there are usually many crowds during this day. Business and traffic disruptions are frequent during this time. So these celebrations celebrates the country's liberation and serves as a reminder for people to appreciate the privilege of living in freedom. Today is also commemorated as National Flag Day in Philippines. Celebrated every year on May 28, it is observed as a national holiday in the Philippines in celebration of their independence from the Spanish. It was on this day in 1898 the flag was hoisted for the first time and the nation came together to inform country's first republic. The flag remains a symbol of patriotism and nationalism, and in the Philippines, it was the beacon of hope during the tyrannous times of the colonial era. The Philippines national flag is not just a piece of cloth with three different colors. It has a rich story behind it. The white triangle represents equality and the union of people. Blue patch represents peace and justice, and the red patch stands for bravery and patriotism. So if you have any observations or queries or feedback regarding Menstrual Health Hygiene Day, which we have discussed, you can share in chat box. If you need further information, we can discuss further. Or if you would like to share some information about it, you are welcome to share in chat box or raise hand. We'll provide you an opportunity. So if there are none, then I think the information shared today is enough, I think. So we once again thank each and everyone for joining on this occasion. And those who have missed the session, you can go to YouTube and see further details in coming days. We will also organize one special program on menstrual health and hygiene. On that day, we will discuss in length and breadth of the topics, diversified topics, and we will also have discussion on that. So we thank each and everyone for joining us. You can fill the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls before leaving the platform. So thank you everyone for joining us. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.